taking us into the realms of higher intelligence and ultimate reality. Ashayana Deane's Voyagers series is a culmination of nearly 30 years of direct contact with pro-human higher intelligences, offering insights into interdimensional physics, DNA construction, and multidimensional identity structures. Drawing parallels to ancient texts like the Shruti in Indian scriptures and the Flower Garland Sutra, the book presents a cosmographic paradigm that redefines our understanding of human origins and evolutionary destiny. It invites readers to embark on a journey of self-discovery and transformation, urging us to consider the teachings carefully for a deeper comprehension of ourselves and the universe. The books serve as a roadmap to enlightenment, stripping away distortions and dogmas to reveal truth in its purest form, guiding humanity towards a new level of revelation and understanding. Our Book 2 review begins on planet Terra, located in a different harmonic universe than Earth. Advanced extraterrestrial and metaterrestrial races collaborated to create a master race, known as the Turanusium, intended to be guardians of Terra. This master race was part of an experiment called Turanusium 1, overseen by the Syrian Council and other cosmic entities. Over millions of years, the Turanusium race flourished, but eventually faced genetic degradation and cultural disharmony due to interbreeding with unrelated extraterrestrial strains. This led to the division into two primary racial strains, the Elanians and the Lumians, who developed distinct cultures on a continent named Eden. A catastrophic event triggered by misuse of power generation technologies led to a significant disaster on Tara, causing a quick freeze and a flood that covered most of the Earth. This event fragmented Tara's planetary grid, trapping it and its inhabitants in a lower dimensional reality, and necessitating a rescue mission to save the lost souls and the planet itself. The plan involved creating a sphere, the Sphere of Amenti, within Earth's core, linking it to Tara and serving as a bridge for souls to evolve and ascend back to Tara. This mission was complicated by the Electric Wars, a conflict with extraterrestrial races that resulted in further genetic sealing, the Seal of Amenti and the Seal of Pallador, and loss of planetary memory. These seals effectively trapped human souls in lower dimensions and caused a forgetfulness of their cosmic origins and purpose. The Seal of Palladi imposed additional challenges by disconnecting humanity from its collective soul matrix and memory of past civilizations. The narrative sets the stage for humanity's journey towards lifting these seals, remembering their true origins, and fulfilling their evolutionary destiny by eventually ascending back to higher dimensional realities. This chapter intricately weaves cosmic history with human evolution, suggesting a complex interplay between different dimensions, extraterrestrial races, and the spiritual journey of humanity. It hints at a long-forgotten past and a future where humanity rediscovers its true potential and cosmic heritage. Chapter 2 delves into the complex interstellar and terrestrial history surrounding the second attempt to rejuvenate humanity's evolutionary journey, approximately 4 million years ago. This period involves an array of cosmic players including the Syrian Council, the Elohim, descendants of Terran Ceres, and more, orchestrating a plan to restart human evolution on Earth. Given Earth's grid was not yet ready to support life forms with fourth-dimensional gene coding, a strategy known as downgrading was devised. This process aimed to recalibrate the vibrational essence of the human race's morphogenetic field to a denser vibrational pattern, allowing souls in the Sphere of Amenti to reincarnate on Earth. The chosen method involved using Sirius B, a planet within the same time spiral cycles as Earth, but with a slightly faster core vibrational speed. An artificial portal bridge linked Sirius B, the Sphere of Amenti, and Earth, facilitating the transmigration of souls and the introduction of the Cantarians, a new hybrid consciousness born from the union of human souls and the etheric consciousness of Sirius B. As the narrative unfolds, we're taken through the trials of the second seeding, the creation of semi-dense physical beings, and the establishment of the Cantarian Federation. This federation's role was crucial in guiding the second and third seedings of humanity, deeply intertwining with ancient civilizations such as those of Sumer, Egypt, Atlantis, and more. The text highlights the strategic creation of a bridge between Sirius B and Earth, enhancing evolutionary possibilities for humanity. Transitioning to the reseeding of the human races, the narrative presents a timeline stretching from 3.7 million to 848,000 years ago, marking the inception of the Fourth World in Native American legend. This period witnesses the emergence of hybrid races, the introduction of advanced genetic manipulation, and the backdrop of cosmic wars that significantly influenced Earth's history and its inhabitants' destiny. The third seeding and the creation of the Ark of the Covenant mark a pivotal era in Earth's history, approximately 849,000 years ago, where advanced extraterrestrial entities intervened to safeguard the evolution of humanity. The sphere of Amenti, initially reintegrated into Earth's core to accelerate the ascension process, was removed due to the threat posed by Anunnaki's intentions to exploit humanity. This led to the creation of the Ark of the Covenant, a sophisticated portal bridge enabling the reseeding of human souls from the sphere of Amenti, then located in the Andromeda Galaxy, back to Earth. This period saw the foundation of the Syrian-Arcturian Coalition for Interplanetary Defense and the Interdimensional Association of Free Worlds, aimed at protecting Earth and its evolutionary trajectory. The third seeding through the Ark introduced various races to Earth, rejuvenating civilizations and laying the groundwork for future societies. This era was characterized by significant technological advancements, particularly in Egypt and Atlantis, facilitated by the knowledge and tools provided by extraterrestrial allies, including the Unks, and the use of crystalline power generators. However, the infiltration by Anunnaki resistance and their hybrid offsprings, the Templar Anu, introduced distortions to the original teachings of unity and cooperation, leading to periods of conflict and the eventual downfall of Lemuria. The interventions by Syrian Council Anunnaki aimed to realign the civilizations with the Law of One, resulting in the construction of monumental structures like the Sphinx and the Great Pyramid of Giza. These served not only as symbols of extraterrestrial influence, but also as practical tools for energy manipulation, healing, and interdimensional travel. However, the continual struggle for dominance, particularly the Templar Anu's attempts to control and manipulate, led to several catastrophes, including the destruction of Atlantis and subsequent global upheavals. Despite these setbacks, the guardianship of the Ark of the Covenant was maintained, ensuring the continuation of the human evolutionary path towards ascension. Next highlights the intricate interplay between divine intervention, extraterrestrial influences, and human evolution, underscoring the challenges faced in preserving the integrity of humanity's ascension process amidst external manipulations. It sets the stage for humanity's ongoing journey towards spiritual awakening, guided by the principles of the Law of One and the pursuit of unity consciousness. The sinking of Atlantis, a significant event that occurred around 9,558 BC, marked a pivotal shift in Earth's history and humanity's evolution. This event, catalyzed by the misuse of powerful crystal technologies and an attempt to breach the Ark of the Covenant, led to catastrophic geographical changes, including the submersion of Atlantis and subsequent global climatic shifts. The Guardians, including the Syrian Council and the Elohim, intervened to minimize the damage by relocating certain populations and sealing off interdimensional access points to preserve Earth's integrity. However, this intervention also ushered in a period of isolation from extraterrestrial guidance and a significant technological regression for human civilizations. Following this disaster, Earth was placed under a quarantine marked by a genetic mutation within humanity due to the imposition of a frequency fence by the Elohim. This fence, designed to prevent premature descent of the sphere of Amenti into Earth's core, inadvertently caused a division within the human DNA structure, particularly affecting the third DNA strand. This division led to the emergence of the ego and higher self aspects of consciousness, fundamentally altering human perception, experience, and the process of spiritual evolution. The establishment of the Templar seal further complicated the evolutionary trajectory of certain human lineages, particularly those of the Anu Melchizedek and Hebrew races, by blocking their genetic fields from accessing the sphere of Amenti. This action was taken to prevent the potential misalignment of the human morphogenetic field due to genetic deviations. Over time, Guardianship of the Ark of the Covenant was transferred to the Ceres Egyptians and Cloister Melchizedeks, who were less affected by these genetic distortions. The construction and later reconstruction of the Great Pyramid of Giza and the Sphinx represented efforts to preserve and protect the sacred knowledge associated with the Ark of the Covenant. These efforts, however, were also marred by the challenges of Earth's quarantine, leading to a loss of direct extraterrestrial contact and a reliance on manual labor for reconstruction, marking a significant departure from the advanced technologies previously available. Pharaoh Akhenaton, born in 1398 BC, initiated a significant shift in the spiritual trajectory of the Earth by attempting to realign the Anu-Melchizedek morphogenetic field with the sphere of Amenti. His reign was marked by the introduction of monotheism in Egypt, focusing on the worship of Aton. Despite his contributions to spiritual reformation and the ascension processes, his favoritism and subsequent actions led to significant turmoil, including the misalignment of the sphere of Amenti and the introduction of the Templar Axion seal. Akhenaton's efforts, although initially successful in realigning the Anu peoples and orchestrating several ascensions, ultimately contributed to further genetic distortions within the human race. Following Akhenaton's era, the birth of Joshua XII in 12 BC marked the arrival of a 12th-level avatar, tasked with the restoration of the sphere of Amenti and the healing of the human race's genetic blueprint. This period also saw the emergence of Joshua IX, a 9th-level avatar, and the complex narrative surrounding the figure historically known as Jesus Christ. The accounts of Joshua XII and Joshua IX, combined with a third individual's story, were later merged into the singular narrative of Jesus Christ in religious texts, obscuring the distinct roles and contributions of each. Joshua XII's mission involved realigning the sphere of Amenti with the original 12-strand DNA pattern, facilitating a pathway for humanity's eventual ascension. His efforts culminated in the secret ascension practices conducted in Egypt and the strategic seeding of his 12-strand DNA lineage to ensure the preservation and propagation of this enhanced genetic code among the human population. These celestial interventions, orchestrated by the Azurite Council and various Elohim factions, aimed to rectify the spiritual and genetic misalignments that plagued humanity following the Atlantean cataclysms and the tumultuous reign of Akhenaton. The division within the Essene Brotherhood, marked by contrasting ideologies and spiritual teachings, mirrored the broader struggle between patriarchal and egalitarian spiritual philosophies that have shaped human religious and spiritual thought. The narrative of Joshua XII, Joshua IX, and the subsequent manipulation of their stories highlights the complex interplay of celestial, extraterrestrial, and human influences in shaping the spiritual evolution of the human race. These events underscore the ongoing efforts of various guardian races to guide humanity towards its ultimate destiny of ascension, unity consciousness, and the restoration of its original divine blueprint. The chapter on ascension mechanics delves into the profound and scientific aspects of human evolution, emphasizing that ascension is a tangible, scientific process rather than merely a spiritual concept. It introduces the intricate relationship between consciousness, biology, and multidimensional energy mechanics within a reality system that spans multiple dimensions. The narrative explains how individuals can transcend the limitations imposed by their physical bodies through understanding and applying the mechanics of ascension, thus experiencing a broader reality as souls. A significant portion of the chapter is dedicated to explaining the importance of the sphere of Amenti, which holds the blueprint for human evolution and its connection to Earth's and humanity's evolutionary process. It discusses the role of dimensional time cycles, morphogenetic waves, and the intricate process by which Earth and its inhabitants can ascend through dimensions, highlighting the natural opportunities for ascension that occur at specific times within a 26,556-year cycle. The text also addresses the impact of Earth's vibrational frequency on the ability to sustain higher dimensional soul essences and the necessity of balancing Earth's bioenergetic field to facilitate ascension. Furthermore, the chapter explores the mechanics behind the morphogenetic wave, a critical event in the ascension process, detailing how Earth's particles interact with those of its dimensional counterpart, Terra, to facilitate a shift into higher dimensions. It explains the significance of the Sphere of Amenti and the Blue Flame Staff of Amenti in this process, emphasizing their roles in ensuring a successful ascension and the potential consequences of failure. The narrative warns of the impending morphogenetic wave in 2017 AD, underscoring the urgency for humanity to prepare for this evolutionary opportunity. It serves as a wake-up call to understand and embrace the multidimensional reality to ensure a successful ascension and avoid repeating cycles of limitation and reincarnation in lower dimensions. The chapter Countdown to Amenti explores pivotal events over the last century that threatened Earth's trajectory towards a significant ascension cycle culminating in 2017. It highlights interventions by extraterrestrial groups, including both protective actions by guardian races and manipulative endeavors by the Zetas and their allies, aimed at controlling or supporting humanity's evolutionary path. A critical event mentioned is the near miss of large asteroid masses in the early 1900s and 1982, diverted or destroyed by Guardian fleets to prevent catastrophic damage to Earth. This intervention underscores the close monitoring and protective measures undertaken by various Guardian races as Earth nears a crucial phase in its ascension cycle. The narrative delves into the Zeta agenda, initiated in 1926, which involved tampering with Earth's vibrational rate and bioenergetic fields through various projects, posing significant risks to humanity and Earth's stability. The Zeta's intention to prevent Earth's ascension by creating hybrid races and manipulating Earth's and the Sun's electromagnetic fields is detailed, highlighting the complexity of extraterrestrial involvement in Earth's evolution. The chapter also explains the mechanics of Merkaba fields, essential for understanding the interdimensional interventions and the structure of the universe from a multidimensional physics perspective. This explanation provides a foundation for comprehending the advanced technologies and strategies employed by both Guardian and invasive extraterrestrial races. Significant to the discussion is the Philadelphia experiment in 1943, which created a rip in space-time, manipulated by the Zetas to further their agenda. The subsequent Montauk Project in 1983 aimed to expand this rip, facilitating the Zetas' plans to infiltrate Earth across different timelines. The narrative warns of a future event in 2976 AD, a direct consequence of the Zeta's interference, potentially leading to Earth's destruction. This dire prediction underpins the urgency of the Guardian race's interventions to realign Earth's and the Sun's Merkaba fields, ensuring Earth's ascension path remains unobstructed. Central to the chapter is the introduction of the Bridge Zone Project, a cooperative effort by multiple Guardian groups to safeguard Earth's ascension process and counteract the Zeta's infiltration attempts. This project symbolizes a strategic and hopeful approach to ensuring Earth's and humanity's evolutionary progress, emphasizing the potential for human collaboration in achieving a successful ascension outcome. The Bridge Zone Project section outlines an ambitious Guardian initiative launched in December 1984 to safeguard Earth and its inhabitants from detrimental alterations to the planet's evolutionary path, instigated by the Draco's Zeta resistance. This maneuver aims to circumvent the Resistance's plans by elevating Earth's vibrational frequency to a level where their manipulative frequencies cannot reach, thereby preserving Earth's and humanity's ascension process. The Guardians' original plan for Earth's evolution was considerably simpler, focusing on gradually realigning Earth's Merkaba fields to correct the tilt caused by Atlantis sinking and preparing for the ascension cycle beginning in 2012. This plan was disrupted by the Draco's Zeta Resistance's interventions, necessitating the implementation of the 1111-1212 frequency fence in 1972 and leading to the more complex and urgent Bridge Zone Project. The Bridge Zone Project represents a preemptive measure to ensure Earth's ascension process proceeds unhampered by external threats. It involves shifting Earth into an artificial time continuum that bridges the third and fourth dimensions, effectively outmaneuvering the Resistance's attempts to derail humanity's evolutionary progress. This shift requires a significant portion of humanity to achieve a higher level of DNA activation, emphasizing the urgency of conscious evolution and the active participation of individuals in their own spiritual and physical development. To support this monumental transition, the book encourages individuals to engage in practices aimed at clearing karmic imprints, reprogramming cellular memory, and actively participating in their DNA's evolution. This proactive engagement is deemed essential for aligning with the bridge zone's frequency and ensuring the collective ascension of humanity. The text outlines a complex scenario involving the future of Earth and its inhabitants, centered around the concept of the Bridge Zone Project and the potential for ascending, descending, or transitioning into a new phase of existence based on individual and collective vibrational levels, or accretion levels. It introduces 3 probable futures, or time tracks, that humanity might follow after 2012 to 2017. Time Track 1. Ascension to higher dimensions, D4 time cycle or beyond. This path is for those who achieve a significant level of DNA activation, allowing them to ascend to higher dimensions such as Terra, or even further. This process involves either a bodily ascension or a transition through death, facilitated by guardian beings. Ascension offers a leap into a future where societies are based on love, freedom, and spiritual oneness. Time Track 2. Descending planet, D3 time cycle. This scenario is less favorable and involves remaining on a phantom Earth, a version of the planet that descends back into the D3 time cycle, potentially under the covert control of negative extraterrestrial forces if certain events unfold, for example, the activation of a frequency fence in 2003. This track suggests a future where humanity is manipulated and controlled without being aware of it, with limited potential for spiritual or evolutionary advancement. Time Track 3. The Bridge Zone, D3-5 time cycle. This intermediate path is for individuals who reach a specific level of vibrational frequency, 4.5 accretion level, enabling them to transition into the Bridge Zone, a reality between the 3rd and 4th dimensions. This future involves experiencing both physical and societal changes, including visible shifts in Earth's geography and the emergence of new technologies and enlightened social structures. It offers a chance for continued evolution and eventual ascension, free from extraterrestrial manipulation. The document emphasizes the importance of individual and collective choices in determining which path will be followed, highlighting the potential for accelerated spiritual growth and evolution if the challenges of the coming years are met with awareness and intentionality. It calls for preparation through DNA activation, spiritual integration, and conscious engagement with the evolutionary process to navigate the impending transitions successfully. The sequence of events leading up to the opening of the Halls of Amenti is both intricate and profound, intertwining cosmic intervention with human evolution and the Earth's energetic transformations. From the late 20th century into the early 21st century, a series of pivotal occurrences were orchestrated by the Guardians in collaboration with various other dimensional beings to ensure Earth's and humanity's readiness for a significant leap in consciousness and dimensional ascension. These events included the manipulation of Earth's energy grids, the strategic birth of avatars with specific genetic and energetic attributes, and the engagement with human individuals through soul agreements, all aimed at facilitating the planet's shift into higher dimensional frequencies. The opening of the Ark of the Covenant's seals, the descent of the Sphere of Amenti, the initiation of the Bridge Zone Project, and the birthing of the Indigo Children under the Palladorian birthing contracts were all critical components of this grand plan. The meticulous timing of these events, particularly the accelerated birth of the third avatar in 1998, was essential in ensuring the necessary energetic conditions for Earth to enter the D4 time cycle and for the Halls of Amenti to eventually open. These contracts offer a dual benefit. They not only ensure the birth of a child with a significant role in Earth's evolutionary process, but also accelerate the parent's own genetic and spiritual evolution, aligning them more closely with their ultimate life purposes. The involvement of the Oversoul in these agreements ensures that the incarnate's rights are fully respected, with the contract designed to support the highest possible outcomes for all involved. Far from being an imposition, these agreements are a form of divine guidance, meant to enrich the spiritual journey of each soul involved. The content outlines a crucial phase in Earth's and humanity's ascension process, situated within a 26,556-year cycle, emphasizing the transition through the Halls of Amenti into higher dimensions and the detachment from extraterrestrial manipulation. It highlights the intricate relationship between spiritual, biological, and planetary evolution, stressing the need for humanity to evolve its DNA to align with these monumental shifts. This period is marked by 6 stellar activations and wave infusions from 2000 to 2017, designed to elevate Earth's vibrational frequency to facilitate a merger with Tara, a parallel Earth, and enable ascension passages. These events directly impact Earth's grid and human bioenergetic systems, urging awareness and preparation for these transformations. The narrative also introduces the roles of the Keepers of the Blue and Violet Flames, special groups incarnated with specific gene codes to support these cosmic processes, serving as a wake-up call for these individuals to embrace their higher purpose in facilitating Earth's and humanity's evolutionary leap.